Welcome, seniors, to Lemon News. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we're finally back with some quality school news. It only took 2 years in a pandemic, but we're finally back, and in higher production quality, too. First up in the news, as many of you know, prom and graduation are cancelled. This is unfortunate for everybody hoping to attend these events and celebrations. However, we're following in the footsteps of other schools across the nation and holding these traditions online, virtually for everyone to enjoy. Brunch, graduation, and all these events are going to be held online. Nothing can go wrong. We've actually sent a field reporter to Crowns High School to see what an online graduation looked like in person. Take it away, Nick.
We are here today at Crowns High School just after the soon-to-be graduates had their senior brunch.
Hey, Nikhil, when you're done, can you just pass that maple syrup?
Sure. Oh, my bad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally.
When you're done with that, can I get some?
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Thanks.
Looks like the principal is about to start the ceremony.
Senior, class of 2020. I'm honored to be gathered with you on Zoom today to celebrate your graduation. While I know we'd all rather be celebrating in person rather than in the basements of our own houses, I'm sure this is a moment you've all been waiting for your entire lives. To start off today's graduation of the class of 2020, we'll have our student president give us a speech.
Oh, they're not even here. There's literally like 5 people in the Zoom call.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't show up. I don't know where they are.
Well, guess we can get started then.
Wow, that was quite the graduation. For our next segment, we actually brought on health expert Dr. Jay Sauce to the show to discuss the importance of social distancing and other impacts of the coronavirus. Welcome to Lemon News.
Thank you. Social distancing is very important these times because coronavirus spreads through physical contact. Whether that is physically shaking hands or even just putting your hand out on a surface and having somebody else walk by and touch that exact same surface. So by preventing social interaction, we can severely slow down and potentially even stop the spread of this virus.
Okay, thank you. And as you know, one of the major impacts of this virus to the public at general is the closure of public schools across the nation and schools in general.
Yes. Mainly, we're trying to shut down any large centers of interaction, which is why like sporting events, competitions of potentially non-sporting events have been canceled, and even schools and large malls, because that is where there are large numbers of social interactions.
As we've been social distancing, there has been all the health and medical workers on the front lines, and then as you know, the UNS Comfort has come to our shores in New York City a few weeks ago, to provide medical assistance to New York City. However, one of the unintended consequences of that was actually large groups of people coming to actually see it arrive, ignoring the social distancing order. What do you think of that?
Well, that really goes against what we are trying to do here, because the UNS Comfort is here to help provide auxiliary medical support to the strained hospital systems of New York City. Mm. And this all the big gathering just put more strain on them.
Mm. Okay, and also, what do you think the grander societal consequences will be throughout this outbreak and even after? And do you think the work dynamic in the future will change?
There may be a shift towards a large group of people working from home, but then the fabrication and group of people that have to work in the office work at the office. And while I can't say for sure, I will say that businesses will start moving towards whichever is cost effective. Right now we're in the middle of a very large work-at-home experiment thanks to the coronavirus. So businesses that may have been a little apprehensive towards actually going or actually offering a stay-at-home option, they may instead be more inclined once they hear that, productivity is up, people are happier working from home, they want to do it. They may find out that it's beneficial for their business, and they may continue to do it in the future.
And that's all we have for today. So thank you, Doctor, for your time.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
For our last segment, we got your perspective, the student perspective, on social distancing.
To be honest, I haven't been doing very much at all.
Mhm.
You know, being at home all the time
Yeah,
It-
of course.
gives you the feeling of, you know, isolation. You don't really want to do anything anymore. You lose the motivation. And it all
Yeah.
happened very suddenly. Like I was outside and then I was inside.
Before social distancing happened, I had a really big problem with one of my close friends. Like we would spend time a lot of time on weekends, and like now it's like a little bit troubling because he would sometimes want to hang out with other people, and that I get that. We have different friends, and he's much shorter than me, and I get that. I get how that can be uncomfortable, and he's a little bit more cuter than me. I can admit that, but it's like we're like very close family friends, and he like virtually sleeps over at my house every day, and we go for long walks in the park as friends would do, and I take care of his poop. Can I curse or no?
You can, but like I'm gonna have to cut it out.
I virtually pick up because I'm a good friend, and like he's not always there to take care of my if you know what I mean, like metaphorically speaking, because he's like younger than me, but at the same time older than me. You know what I mean? Because it's like I look up to him, but he's so high energy and low energy, and you know, to be fair, he is a dog.
How schooling is goofy, and I mean, it's been going fine. I don't think it's as good as normal school. I don't think I'm learning it as much. So many people are just lying down on their bed with like their phone. They're like this.
Some parts are good. Some parts are very difficult. Like some of my teachers, they find it harder to explain over the video, and I could definitely see more of their anxiety come out over the videos, and it's I could see how hard it is for them.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for them.
I mean, it's been all right. It's it's just normal class but online for the most part. Because we're seniors, we haven't really done much.
I believe that if I had a virtual graduation, I would probably sleep through the whole thing.
It's super weird. To me, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand we have to follow tradition and everything, and it's a really big moment for a lot of people. But virtual graduation, it doesn't. It's not the same feeling, and if anything, it's more depressing than anything.
Definitely.
Because you want to like walk across the stage and shake the person's hand, get the diploma in your hand. I don't want to get an emailed diploma.
I mean, it sucks that we have to do it, but it's the only way we can do it. So I think it's like all the whole quarantine thing's a necessary evil to keep people safe. So I think it's just the school trying to do the best they can.
Just keep on pushing. Skate to the best of your abilities and stay hydrated.
Stay home, stay healthy, take care of your loved ones, and just like do it forward. So if you see someone that's struggling and that's in need, do something for them, and then it may be small, but then it'll come back to you, because if each person's doing that, then there'll be like positive feedback with the people doing good stuff.
We need to focus on the positives that we have, because there's a lot of negatives going on right now. It's really hard to see the good things that can come out of this, because the negative impacts are just so big. And it's really hard not to focus on that. But you have to focus on the good stuff, like you're staying in touch with your friends. You have more time to play video games or whatever. You read a book you never thought you would read before, and you liked it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I feel is like really the most important thing.
The best thing to do is to try and keep your mental like attitude up. And I think the best way to do that is to like put the news down every so often. Like don't be completely ignorant. But I think honestly, one of the most harmful things right now is actually the amount of bad news coming from the news. It's like at like a certain point in the day, just like stop watching it, and I guarantee most people would feel a lot better if they did that.
Thank you everyone for your words of encouragement and insight. Next time on Lemon News, we will look at the correlation between Zoom call rates of classrooms and bored people. That is all for now. Will we actually be back? I don't know.
Every 365 days, July 1st, I always wake up and I throw my hockey jersey on and I go right downstairs and drink some maple syrup. But this year, that's obviously not happening because I'm not home right now. I'm in the woods. But luckily for me personally, that's going to be a nice Canadian experience. You know, like Johnny Canuck out here, just embracing the wilderness. And, you know, I know there are a lot of people out there that can't embrace the wilderness right now. So just like look up pictures of the Pacific Northwest. It's really pretty over there.